If you're a nice guy who gets anxious in groups, who overthinks every text before sending it, or who quietly feels invisible in social settings, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because you're stuck in what I call your yin energy, and nobody ever taught you how to flip into your yang, your masculine energy. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why you're a nice guy / yin guy, and how to activate your masculine, your yang energy within 60 seconds. Let me ask you, do you walk into a room and your body just locks up, your shoulders pull in, you're then scanning every face thinking, what do they think of me right now? Or do you lie in bed at 2 a.m. replaying a conversation from 3 days ago cringing, why did I say it like that? If any of that hits, this video is for you. I'm Henry and I coach analytical men on fixing social anxiety and activating their masculine confidence. I tell you the deep insights which the self-help industry won't share with you. Hit subscribe before we go deeper. Quick promise, by the end of this video, you're going to understand 1. Why being a nice guy is the exact thing that's actually keeping you anxious. 2. You're going to understand the root of your nice guy personality and how to fix it. And 3. I'll give you a 60-second exercise you can use before your next social situation, which will make women magnetically drawn to you. Let's go. So, most nice guys who feel socially anxious make one of 2 mistakes. The first mistake is that they try to become the alpha. They watch the red pill videos and start going to the gym, start being loud, start trying to dominate the room. But the problem is, it's fake and people can smell the fakeness from across the room. So these guys basically end up looking insecure with a loud costume on. They're still anxious underneath and women still don't pick them and other men still don't respect them. The second mistake is that they stay in their nice guy personality. They double down on being agreeable, considerate, empathic. I'll just be a better listener is what they think. Then I'll get the girl. And they end up in the friend zone or in a relationship where their girlfriend slowly loses respect for them, or they're sitting at home alone single on a Saturday night because nobody thought to invite them. Both mistakes lead to the same place. Invisible, resentful, stuck at 35 wondering where the years went. Neither of the mistakes actually fix the true problem. So let's go to the actual root. One foundational concept you've probably heard of is the Taoist idea of yin and yang, 2 opposite poles that make up everything in the whole universe. Taoism basically says that you can split the whole world into these 2 opposite poles. You have, for example, socialism, which is yin, and capitalism, which is yang. Night, which is yin, day, which is yang. Resting, which is yin, taking action, which is yang. So the yin represents more of the feminine pole, which is independent of gender, and yang is the masculine pole, which again is independent of gender. These poles are everywhere in the world. But here's what most people miss, and this is the key. These poles don't just exist out there, they also exist inside of you. Every human has yin personality traits and yang personality traits, except most of us lean heavy to one side. Some guys are heavy yin. These would be the nice guys, the people pleasers, the men who can't say no. And some guys are heavy on yang, the assertive ones, the ones who speak their mind, the ones who walk in like they own the place. Now, quick question for the comments. Which are you more? More of the nice guy who's on the yin side or more of the assertive guy who's on the yang side? Drop it below, I read all the comments. But here's what's not obvious. Everybody has both poles. Yes, you might feel soft, agreeable, emotional. You're the overthinking type of guy who's more yin. But the logic of yin and yang says if you have yin in you, you must also have yang, even if right now it doesn't feel like it. So your confidence, your assertiveness, your willpower, your ability to say no and mean it, it's already in there. It's just buried or inactive. Now, before we dig it out, we got to figure out why it got buried or deactivated in the first place. For that, we go back to childhood. When you're born, you have equal amounts of yin and yang in you. You can literally watch this in little kids. 1 minute they're cuddly on your lap, yin. The next minute they're screaming at their sibling for eating the last piece of cake, yang. And the next minute they're crying again, they're soft, yin. They constantly pivot between both poles and they do it freely. So how did you get stuck on one side then? Here's how. Life as a kid is tough for most people. School can be challenging, dealing with stress, pressure. Now, each family has its own way to cope with that kind of hardship, the yin way or the yang way. The yin way is about shrinking, avoiding, people-pleasing to avoid getting hurt, getting seen, getting overwhelmed, basically avoiding hardship. And the yang way is about controlling, confronting, dominating to avoid getting hurt, getting shamed, and experiencing hardship. And each family has a preference and tends to teach the kid either the yin approach or the yang approach. And to put it simply, if you're a nice guy, it's because you learned the yin approach to life. You learned that shrinking and people-pleasing keeps you safe, and that if you're loud, assertive, and confident, which is yang, you're going to get punished by your parents, teachers, etc. Which then created the following limiting beliefs which nice guys often have. If I say what I actually think, people will leave me. If I take up space, something bad is going to happen. If I want something for me, I'm being selfish, which is a bad thing. Any of those beliefs sound familiar? Psychologically, those beliefs are part of what I call a yin ego, basically an identity or an ego built out of yin qualities, softness, agreeableness, non-confrontation, and this ego helps you cope with pain from childhood as well as discomfort and hardship in your adult life. And here's the part that matters. That yin ego actively suppresses your yang, your masculine energy, pushes it down, locks it in the basement. Which is why as an adult, you can't access your confidence on command. You can't speak up in the meeting. You can't hold a frame with your girlfriend. You can't walk up to women you actually want and effortlessly talk to them. It's not a personality flaw, it's a psychological imbalance. And you're basically operating from half of your toolkit because you're missing yang. And look, I've been there. In my early 20s, I was shy, introverted, fumbled a lot of women. I got friend zoned more times than I want to count. So when I'm saying this, I'm not quoting a textbook, I've lived it. And I, as an ex-nice guy, found a way to activate and integrate my yang, my masculine energy. Alright, so here's what actually happens if you don't change anything. If you keep your yang locked in the basement. 5 years from now, you're still the guy who goes silent the second the group gets bigger than 3 people. Still replaying conversations at 2 a.m, still sending a text and immediately regretting it. You get passed over for the promotion at work, not because you're not smart, because you literally can't advocate for yourself with confidence and assertiveness when you talk to your boss about getting a promotion. Your girlfriend slowly loses respect, slowly loses attraction because she can feel you deferring to her on everything and needing her approval. And she didn't sign up to be your mum. Or you're single, not because you couldn't get a woman, but because you couldn't approach the one you actually wanted. And at some point, probably around 35 or even 45, you catch yourself in the mirror and think, I was meant for more than this. That is the true cost of staying in your yin energy, staying a nice guy, and keeping your yang suppressed. Quick one, if this is landing for you, I send out a weekly newsletter where I break down this stuff deeper. Yang activation, nice guy patterns, actual exercises I use with my coaching clients, no fluff. You can sign up in the description. It's the best place to go deeper between videos. Now flip it, imagine the opposite. You've integrated your yang. Now you can walk into a room and your body stays relaxed. You're not performing, you're just calm and confident. You can say what you actually think and people are drawn to what you're saying. You stop replaying conversations because you said what you meant the first time. You approach the woman you actually want, you hold the tension and she leans in. Your girlfriend starts looking at you differently, more attracted to you because she feels the shift in your energy. You start taking up space at work, pitching, leading, getting paid for what you're actually worth. This is what the guys in my one-to-one coaching program describe after a few weeks or months. Not because they performed harder, but because they finally activated what was already inside of them the whole time, their yang. Okay, so how do you actually start shifting from yin into yang today? Here's a very fast method which I developed. It's a free 60-second root chakra activation exercise, which you can get below in the description. So why the root chakra? Because it sits at the base of your spine. It's the kind of energy home base of your yang energy, your groundedness, your confidence, your I belong here state. And the exercise basically drops your awareness out of your anxious overthinking head and lands it in your body so your yang can actually come online. 60 seconds, that's the time investment. Let me tell you what happened when one of my coaching clients actually used this exercise. So his name was Matt, he was a data scientist, a classic nice guy, and he used to freeze in social situations. He couldn't talk to women without experiencing lots of anxiety. He did this exercise once after our second coaching session, went to his salsa classes, which he went to every week, and that evening this happened. Within 30 seconds, several women approached him. One walked over to flirt with him, another came over to hug him, and he didn't change his looks. He didn't change his clothes, he didn't suddenly get better at salsa, he simply activated his yang energy. Because the second you activate your yang energy, women feel it, other men feel it, the whole room senses it. So grab the free exercise in the description link below, use it before your next social situation and notice the difference. By the way, I did a full video on how building your yang fixes anxiety at the root. It goes deeper than this video, so if this video hits, that one's gonna hit even harder. I'll link it up here. Look, if you're enjoying this video, do 2 things. 1, hit subscribe. I drop videos every week on how analytical men can build confidence and fix anxiety. And 2, send this to a guy in your life who needs to hear it, a brother, a friend, the guy in your group chat who's always the nice one and always single. Most men never talk about this stuff openly, so sometimes they're very alone with their anxiety and don't know what to do about it. So sometimes the best thing you can do is to send them a video like this, which can really help them out. And if you want to go deeper on the nice guy thing specifically, I broke down the relationship doormat pattern in another video, why being a doormat in your relationship kills attraction and how to get out of it. The link is up here. Quick recap, your social anxiety isn't a personality flaw, it's a yin ego blocking half of you, blocking your yang. And childhood taught you that being yin, being agreeable, was safe. So you locked your yang in the basement. And the fix isn't becoming a fake alpha, and it's also not staying a nice guy, it's letting out the yang energy which is already in you, which is what I focus on teaching guys in my coaching practice. You can start by grabbing the free root chakra exercise in the description, 60 seconds to activate your yang. You can use it before the next social situation this week. If you want me to keep breaking the stuff down for you every week, grab the newsletter in the description and make sure to subscribe. And my last question, comment below, are you more of the nice guy which is yin, or are you more of the assertive guy which is yang? I read all the comments. I'll see you in the next video.